Why would I buy this? Like, this would be the stupidest purchase for me to make.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexa Sunshine 83 here. Today's video, I am sharing everything that I didn't buy this month, or in April, everything I didn't buy in April. It's now May 2nd, but like everything I didn't buy this month, because that's like the title of these types of videos, but it's for April. I love these types of videos. I see them all the time on TikTok, and I find it so interesting to hear why something's on someone's wish list and why they ended up not buying it. So I have my own list here. Now, I am not on a no buy or a low buy. I am not a minimalist whatsoever. I bought stuff in April just out of everything I could have bought. I probably did like 20% versus the 80% of being this list. And most of these on here are new pieces, which I am way more critical and thoughtful. I mean, I can be impulsive, I'll be honest, but I do take a lot longer to decide to make a new purchase. Not that I'm not thoughtful with secondhand purchases, but just especially new, it can take me 2 to 6 months for me to finally make the decision to purchase it. I do also have some secondhand pieces on here as well, and yeah, let's get into my list. A lot of these I was literally at the point of hitting checkout, like ready to go, and I am curious now, reflecting back on them, if I will like de-influence myself even more and be like, thank goodness I didn't buy it, or be like, oh my gosh, wait, now I actually, like, upon reflection, I still really want this. Let's see. The Amano knitwear star cardigan has been on my wish list for probably 2 to 3 years. If you are in the vintage fashion 90s whimsy goth community, yeah, I'm gonna label it as that, then you have seen this cardigan. It is very Coraline-esque. There were a lot of dupes and knockoffs a couple of years ago of it, and like they just do not stand up to the original, which apparently I didn't even know this until seeing on their website. It was first introduced in the 1990s, and they actually brought it back. They're very transparent of how their knits are made, who makes them, and I just feel like they really are doing some good stuff. And so I think it would be an amazing company to purchase from. People rave about this cardigan. Like, I don't think it would be a bad purchase for me to make. However, the reason why I have not, obviously, again, it's a little bit pricier, and so I am really nervous about potentially not liking the feeling of it, because it is made out of 100% wool. I usually don't jive with wool knits. I much prefer a cotton knit or a like blend with cotton where the cotton percentage is a lot higher. However, their wool, they do say, is soft and high quality. When I have asked people that own this cardigan or any of Amano's knits, they always say it's so incredibly soft, it's not itchy whatsoever, but I just haven't been able to make the decision because I'm so scared that I'm really gonna hate the feeling of it. I've thought about maybe trying to get it second hand, but because of how pricey these knits are, they do resell still pretty higher up, which again, totally makes sense, but that still brings in like, okay, I'm still spending a good amount of money on this, and I'm just not sure if I'm gonna like the feeling of it. I just want to be able to touch it. Like any Amano knit, I just want to be able to touch it, so then I can like 100% make that decision of I am not gonna have an issue of the way that it feels, because I think I will love it. I think it'll integrate into my style so perfect. It's just the feeling that even with, again, people saying it's super soft, it's not like any other wool, I'm just still really scared. They do make the cream version in 100% cotton. So if I am wanting the stars, but just, you know, have a better chance with the material, I could do that. However, I really want the blue. And so I feel like, yes, maybe the cotton will work out better, but I'm still always gonna think about the blue. So it may just be better for me to then not buy anything at all. One of the things I did buy this month is this pink floral Laura Ashley dress that I got secondhand at Crossroads that I thought would be perfect for like a summer wedding, or if I need to wear something a little bit fancier but with like spring, summer, brighter colors, because all of my other fancier dresses are black. And even though I have not been invited or planning to do anything that would necessarily require that dress, I think it's good to have on hand pieces that do relate to those types of events. So you then aren't having to rush to try to find something that works that you end up not even liking, but you just need something last minute. It's just better if you do end up finding something that you like the fit of and can fit, you know, a specific type of occasion that could come up. Obviously, I'm not saying to buy stuff that is unrealistic for your lifestyle and to buy every single beautiful, gorgeous dress as a just in case, but having a couple, maybe like 1 to 3. I think 3 is really good. 1 for a like summery, like colorful style that you would maybe need something more formal, something very modest. Like I think, especially being like in my 30s now, I think those are things that are really good just for me to have. And when those occasions happen, I already have them. Obviously, if there are specifics when it comes to a dress code that you don't own, then like that's a completely different thing. But I think this type of dress is so perfect that can fit so many different occasions that could potentially happen. And it's also just like really cute. But okay, in saying all of that, I need to find shoes that will look good with it because none of my black heels look good with it. I am really not good with heels, especially now that I really am only looking for closed toe heels because of my toe. My toenail is still, you know, growing, and I don't really want to be wearing that gorgeous dress with cute heels that are open toe within a band-aid, you know? So I need a closed toe, not too high of a heel height. I prefer a block heel, and then something that looks good with lighter colors like that. And so the only thing that I did find is this Circus NY by Sam Edelman sequins heels. Even though it is not a block heel, I feel like I would still be able to walk in this. They are 40% off right now, and I think the colors of the floral would match with it. It's more of a like beige nude with then flowers versus the dress is pink with then more pink flowers. And so I also thought of maybe just the cream version. This one is not on sale, so it's $100. But then with the sequins and the beige, it's like too much for the dress, you know? Like that, I think it then doesn't work. But I also don't know because I don't know what would look good in regards to heels. So that's why I have not bought them, because I don't even know if they would look good with them. I'm not in a rush. Like I can wait. I don't need to wear this dress again like next week. Like I have time. And so at first I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to find something because now I have the dress and I have to find shoes. And this was one of those where I was about to hit checkout and then I was like, let me have this kind of like marinate a little bit and then also ask you, what do you think about the heels? And also, if not those, what others do you think would work? Would just like a solid like pink work with it? But then I'm like, what if it's not a similar pink? Is that gonna annoy me? Or is it better for it to not be a similar pink than to be almost exact but not exact enough, and then that's gonna annoy me? Or should I go for like another pastel color, or should I just go for nude? This is why I am happy I have not bought these, because I think I am still feeling way too indecisive if it's even cute. This For Love and Lemon swimsuit set is so cute. I have had this in my cart, I want to say the beginning of April or like middle, early April when I first saw it. And since then, almost every single day, I go into the website, look at my cart and decide, is this going to be the day that I finally make the purchase? Especially because all the sizes are sold out except for my size. So I'm feeling that impulse of like, oh my gosh, you have to buy it because it's going to sell out. And then what if they don't restock it? And this is the only time you can ever buy it, which not the end of the world. It's literally just a swimsuit, but I am very picky with swimsuits. There's a lot that I really don't like. And I'm also very like conscious with purchasing swimsuits, and that I maybe buy a new one once a year. Sometimes I even skip a year. Last year, I only bought a swimsuit top, and when I buy them, I keep them for a very long time unless my body changes. My Lisa Says got Ukiyo fruit swimsuit that I got in 2021. I wear every single year, which that one was a pricier swimsuit, and the quality really matched up with that. Like that really kind of changed my thought process of, oh, I could buy 5 swimsuits for $100, but like the quality is kind of mixed. Maybe they won't even last. In this case, 5 years, or I could buy one swimsuit for $100 that's really good quality that 5 years plus I'm still loving. It's still making me feel good. It's not like tearing or like the quality has diminished or anything like that, which I would rather have that. And so this one is even pricier than that though. The top is $139 and the bottoms are $129, which I've never spent that much on a swimsuit. And higher price doesn't automatically mean better quality. And especially for Love and Lemons, I find that their quality can be very hit or miss. I think with a swimsuit, the quality has to be top tier, especially for that price. However, I am really like critical of what type of swimsuits I like to wear. Wearing a swimsuit is very vulnerable. And so I do want to feel really good in it. Last year, I thought maybe I was going to get into like mid-rise or lower rise bottoms. And then I tried to take one of my high-rise bottoms and make them mid to low rise. And I'm so happy I did because I hated the look. And so I never bought any new swimsuit bottoms. And so these are high rise. Like it has that kind of like vintage look that I'm really into. I'm just not sure how cheeky they are, because that's the only other thing is I do prefer a like moderate to full coverage bottom. I just don't want to feel like I have a wedgie the entire time that I am wearing the swimsuit. I have heard that for Love and Lemons swimsuits can be very, very cheeky, and I can't try it on before I buy it. So I'm gonna, you know, spend all that money and then it may potentially not even be the fit that I like, which I can return. I checked their return policy, but then like, then I have to wait for that amount of money to go back into my bank account. Like it just kind of seems like such a hassle of not knowing how something's gonna fit. And it seems that with it now being sold out, that in a month or two, I may start seeing reviews on it. So it could be better to wait to see than people that have bought it. Because right now there's no reviews on specifically this swimsuit. And because I can't try it on, like I really just do not know. And so I feel like I'm leaning towards just waiting, but it is so cute. I feel like my reasoning of not purchasing the first couple is because there were too many unknowns. Whereas with this one is because somebody else bought it before I could. It is secondhand. It was on a secondhand fashion website. So there was only one, and it is this Coach Soho bag in turquoise. I have been looking for more colorful bags, and I love the Coach Soho bag style, and I don't know why I didn't just purchase it. I think I just wasn't sure how the turquoise would work with my closet, and also I really want the Coach Soho bag in purple. And so like that's all I was thinking about of like, oh, I totally would buy this, but I really want it in purple, so I'm not gonna get in the turquoise. And I think I would have loved the turquoise. I am taking this as a win though, because with that heartbreak, I then was searching for the Coach Soho bag on like Depop, which I then found this gorgeous bag for only $27 because it's originally by Bath & Body Works. When did Bath & Body Works make genuine leather, genuine suede Coach Soho bag dupes, I guess what I want to say? I mean, it's not exactly the same, but pretty spot on. The Coach Soho bag, it's not because it's from Coach that I like it. I really don't care necessarily about brands. I mean, obviously the quality is going to be hopefully really amazing because it is by Coach, but I'm not opposed of a similar style from a different brand, especially if it's then going to be genuine leather. If it's like vegan plastic leather, then like, yeah, no, I don't want that one. But if it's secondhand real leather, and then in pink, like this actually probably goes a little bit more with my style than the turquoise one. I'm just trying to make myself feel better about not buying that one. When I saw these pink and brown Buzz Doc Martens shoes launch, I had that impulse of, I need to add that to my cart. I need to hit checkout. They are everything that makes sense for me to love. Very 90s. The Buzz sole that Doc Martens has come out with, or I guess kind of like come back out with, because it's very similar to a vintage style that they used to make, I think in the 90s. It's a little bit like wider and chunkier. The Buzz sole is so incredibly comfortable. It's a little bit thicker and heavier than say their like quad platforms on like their Oxford style, but for me it's way more comfortable and I feel a lot more sturdy. I think just the like way that the Buzz sole goes versus the like platform quad style, like that I felt a little bit more uneasy in walking in versus the Buzz sole. So in general, I am team Doc Marten Buzzsole, and these just were a no-brainer for me. And I had every intention on buying them until I went to the store, tried them on, couldn't even get them on my feet. It is a Velcro style versus a lace style, which I knew, but what I didn't know is there's then an elastic under the Velcro like mechanism to keep your feet in. Like, totally makes sense. There's nothing bad about it, except for it makes them a lot tighter, and I would have potentially like had to scratch the shoe to be able to get my foot in because of how tight that elastic is. It obviously is making room for different foot sizes, and it is elastic, so it will stretch out and then fit more comfortably on your foot. I just knew I would not put in the effort of shoving my foot in and going through the uncomfortableness of trying to get the elastic to stretch out so they're easier to slide on. If something is too difficult to put on, I will not wear it, and so it will be a regretful purchase. And I'm just so happy I was able to go to a store and have that realization, because I would have been so disappointed if I would have ordered them. Again, that's like a personal thing for me. I think most people, it wouldn't be a problem whatsoever, and they would maybe prefer that versus the laces. Minga London, unfortunately, makes my favorite style of jeans. I have their Alyssa Flare jeans, and as somebody that needs a longer inseam, they fit my body better than any pair of jeans I've ever tried. They have this tie-dye pair of flare jeans, and then also this blue like side embellished pair of flare jeans, and I did not buy either of them, and I'm not gonna buy either of them because the tie-dye version, I don't think I would actually get enough wear out of them, because it's, you know, dark tie-dye, so not colorful tie-dye, but tie-dye, and I don't think it would really go with a lot of the tops that I own, so it would just be a very specific type of outfit to wear. And I feel like my Alyssa Flare jeans from them with the laces already are very specific. Like, I could wear them every single day, but they only work with certain tops, and so why would I buy another pair of jeans that are also going to be very specific of how they need to be styled? And then the blue pair, they are sold out in my size, so that's one of the reasons. But also, I already have dark blue flare jeans that are pretty much exactly like this. I do wish they were slightly longer, but overall pretty exact. It's an easy, I don't need to buy this. I have another pair of shoes, because when am I not thinking about shoes, honestly? These are by Jeffrey Campbell. They are the Andrew lace-up boots. They're really similar to this like vintage style of fry boots that I've seen that I would love to own, but unlikely that I will find them in my size and not insanely priced. The Jeffrey Campbell ones are also insanely priced. They're $390, so I mean, like, the vintage fry ones usually are about the same price, so, but it's more about like the sizing and trying to get that, especially secondhand. The color that I was interested in is this dark red shade. I own a couple of like lace up, almost knee-high boots, and I think they really just add something to an outfit. And both of my lace-up boots that are a little bit almost knee-high are black, and so the red, especially this, like, it seems like a dark red. It doesn't seem like a bright red or anything. I think would be a really great addition. And these do have a zipper, whereas the vintage fry ones, you do have to like lace up every single time you put them on and off. So like, that's a plus. I don't think I will buy these because Jeffrey Campbell's kind of hit or miss with their shoes on my foot. I don't have a wide foot, but I also don't have a narrow foot. I'm kind of like an average, and I think, especially, not to bring up my toe again, I'm so sorry, but like, I have chronic ingrown toenails apparently, so I'm a little bit more weary of like really narrow boots, and I have found in the past that Jeffrey Campbell ends up being really narrow, and I can't really size up because then they don't fit me. Just looking at them, it looks like a narrow foot. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've said that I don't like sequins bags, but I've changed my mind. Yeah, nothing I say is set in stone, and I really want a sequins bag, and I saw this one on Depop so close to hitting checkout until I realized the actual strap has sequins on it, and I just know that's gonna get stuck in my hair. It's gonna rip out my hair, it's gonna annoy me. The actual bag being sequins and like potentially getting cotton stuff doesn't really bother me, but on the strap, I just know I am gonna be so annoyed by it and then never wear it. So I am now looking for a sequins bag where the strap does not have any sequins on it, which I don't think exists. So I probably will then never own a sequins bag. The Rat Boy Dream Skirt is something that has been on my wish list for a while, and I have contemplating buying it, and especially in April, I was like, okay, no, like I'm gonna buy it. This would be so good for springtime, and honestly all year round. It's 100% cotton. I love the silhouette of it. It's a maxi. Rat Boy is a really beloved brand as well. They are sustainable and ethical. The reason why I didn't end up buying it is because I don't think I like any of the colors. As much as I've wanted this skirt for so long, realistically, when it came time to like, okay, I'm gonna buy this, I don't like any of the colors. The color that most people own is the crimson tartan. I don't like the yellow in it, so like that's a no. I already own a blue plaid maxi skirt, so why would I buy this? And then the red doesn't look enough like a vintage red plaid that I would want in a red plaid skirt. I thought maybe the pink like that could actually go with a lot in my closet, but I feel like the pink then really doesn't look vintage. And with a plaid maxi skirt, I want it to feel 90s. I want it to feel kind of like vintage. Like I did thrift it, like the one I already thrifted, and the pink just looks too modern. And so too many indecisions with it. I think this one makes sense and I would actually get a lot of wear out of it, but in further reflection, there's no reason for me to buy it because I already own so many similar versions. It is the UNIF Helm dress, which is a velvet baby doll style dress with like a little bow. I already own a lot of black velvet dresses. Yes, they don't have a collar like this, but I can shimmy and layer to make a similar version of this if I really wanted to. It's a perfect example of course I'm gonna like this. Of course I'm gonna wanna buy it because I love this kind of style. And that's why I own so many similar ones. Like I just need to go into my closet and go to my velvet black dress section that has multiple velvet black dresses, and I will de-influence myself. And I did, and that's why I didn't buy it. The Tyler McGillivray Totally Spies collection is so up my alley, and I did buy the long sleeve that has different iconic scenes printed on it. And I am putting the skirt though as something I didn't end up buying for April because I had every intention on buying it, but when I was, you know, adding the top to my cart and then the skirt, I didn't realize the length of the skirt. And yes, I would probably wear it with the top as, you know, like, oh, a matching set. But when it comes to a matching set, I want to also be able to wear them separately. And outside of kind of the cute aspect of having a matching set, I would never end up wearing that skirt because I hate that length. I would have rather it been like a mini skirt. It being at the knee, as somebody that doesn't really wear heels, like I think that type of silhouette looks really good with heels. I just would not get that much wear out of it. Like I think it would look okay with boots, but with how I would want to style it, I just really think I would regret the purchase in like 6 months and realizing that I'm never wearing it because of the silhouette, which I knew when I was checking out that it was not a silhouette that I liked. So I didn't end up getting it, and I feel totally good, especially now having the top. I think I would have ended up returning the skirt because of the length. If it was a maxi, although I think it could then look kind of weird if it was a maxi, but maybe a midi, like slightly longer than knee length. Just that knee length, I just am a little bit weary. I would like to try it on before I buy it, especially because they're pricier items. So I want to know that I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of it. And I knew I would with the top and not the skirt. I have been getting so many ads on Instagram from this sock and tights brand, Moody Mumu, and then a lot of fashion content creators I follow either have just bought socks from them or maybe were gifted or sponsored. I'm not too sure. And so then I've been seeing them style their socks, and this totally would have probably been part of things I was influenced by that I regret or love just because of how influenced I was getting and about to purchase, until I realized that they only go up to a size 9. I am a 9.5, 10, especially in socks. I like to go bigger, and that's the same thing for their tights, which I think especially tights, you need multiple sizes, because I then also like to go up a size in tights. So the fact that all of their socks and all of their tights are one size, like instant de-influence of me. Oh, some of their tights do have different sizes, so correction, but it only goes up to a size medium, which is a US 10 and tall. I don't know if it's maybe newer tights that they're able to add different sizes, because maybe they're a small brand and they now are only able to add different sizes. And maybe I'm just like catching them at like the beginning of their creation. And so maybe it's going to take time, but obviously I won't be buying from them until they have more sizes and that I would be able to fit. I also know nothing about this brand, so I don't know if they're sustainable or ethical, but this is like a perfect example of like an Instagram brand like influencing me. I do not like blind boxes. I've only ever bought 3, and each one I ended up getting the one I didn't want. 3 completely different blind boxes and different times, like months apart. So I've never experienced that dopamine rush and addiction that a lot of people have for blind boxes. I just felt disappointment. But this Miffy keychain crossbody bag blind box, I want so bad, but I am not going to allow myself, because if I were to get the plain green top or the pink top Miffy, I would be so disappointed, and I just know I'm going to. I'm not going to get any of the other ones, even though the proportions, I am more likely to get the ones that I would want than the ones I don't want, but every single one I've ever done of a blind box, I always got the one that I did not want, and so I just know I wouldn't get it. I do also already have a Miffy keychain that I could just put on my bag. Yes, this is so cute because she has a little bag, but my blue Miffy keychain, blue t-shirt Miffy keychain is just as adorable, and I could probably find like a Barbie bag that I could put on her if I really just need it in my life, which I don't. Like, I would rather spend my money on other stuff than a $28 blind box of most likely gonna get the one that I do not want. When I first saw this Damson Madder 100% cotton denim mini dress, I was like, I need this. I would get so much wear out of this in the summer, and especially with living in Southern California, like it's always so warm, and even if it gets cold, I can layer with it, and I'm just, you know, thinking about all the different ways I'm gonna style it. And then I saw that it was $230. I am pretty sure Damson Madder is a sustainable and ethical brand. I have only bought one thing from them, and I'm pretty sure I either returned it or resold it. I can't remember. It like fit me weird, but the quality was really, really nice. So the pricing aspect, yes, that's very pricey, and I would probably think about this for like 6 months before I actually would purchase it. But I'm not even gonna do that, because I then thought, Alexa, you own 2 denim dresses. Yes, they aren't this baby doll style, but I can create the outfits that I'm thinking of with the ones that I own. So why would I spend $230 when I could just wear that? Very similar to the UNIF dress, where when I took a step back after like instantly drooling over it, and I'm like, yeah, I like it because I own stuff like it. That's why I like it. It's not giving anything too crazy different for me to justify buying it. Maybe if I tried it on and I really saw that the fit was different, maybe. I know they are doing a pop-up. I don't remember when it ends in LA, but I don't know if they'll also even have this dress to try on. But also, if I have $230 to spend on something that I want, this is the last thing that I actually would spend that on. Like, I can think of so many different things I would rather, like if I'm letting myself, hey, you have $230 so you can spend on anything that's on your wish list, there's so many other things I would rather buy that I don't already own a version of. Usually when I'm wanting to buy something new, I first try to find it secondhand or like a similar version secondhand, and then if not, maybe I will buy the new one. But the thing that doesn't work with that are belts. I have such a hard time thrifting and finding secondhand belts. I have a couple of secondhand belts, but I am wanting to add more to my collection, especially lower rise. That's like another then thing, like trying to thrift belts and then also in different like lengths of my waist or my hips, depending on how I'm wanting to wear it. And the new belts do get me sometimes, specifically this Free People one in pink. It is $78. It's 100% leather though, and I do think I would get a lot of wear out of this, but also I think the brown ones that are similar that I own are fine. I just have yet to make the decision to buy this. I've never bought any belts from Free People. I do think their quality is kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's really bad. I mean, I don't really actively buy from Free People or anything. I haven't really loved most of their clothing, although recently they have been kind of tapping into that boho side of my style, I will say, and I think these belts are a perfect example of that. It is a belt, so I would be getting more wear out of it versus like buying a clothing piece from Free People. I don't know, this one I think is gonna sit on my wish list for a while. This last one is almost comical that I was even contemplating buying it. It is by the brand My Mom Made It. It is their Marina mini dress in Electra Blush, and it's like this sailor style dress, so cute, like especially with the little sailor hat. I'm pretty sure Cassie Diamond wore this to Coachella. Looks super cute on her, totally works with her style. Why would I buy this? Like, this would be the stupidest purchase for me to make. I do love a little frilly dress, but I already own some that I've thrifted that I don't get that much wear out of anyway, but I keep them because for the random times that I want to wear a very like feminine, cutesy type of dress like this, I have those. And so I would just be adding to that pile of like not really wearing them very often, but when I do, I just wear those, and like I'm spending $169 on it. Yeah, also it looks kind of peach, which I really dislike the color peach and coral. And this, if it was a like mauve-y, cool toned pink, I probably would understand more why I was gravitating towards it. But with the color that it is, I'm like, why? Alrighty, thank you all so much for watching. I feel like this weight of things I was thinking about buying being lifted off of me as I was talking through them. Obviously there's some that I'm still thinking about and I'm gonna continue to let marinate in my mind. Let me know what's one thing on your wish list that you didn't buy that you really thought you were gonna buy. If you do like secondhand fashion and thrifting, then make sure to subscribe right down below. Also follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!